this video is not going to be really about content killer, or whatever I call it. It's going to be more about ScuttleBros situation. His real name is Joey, so don't get confused when I say Joey. That is ScuttleBros. So, I'm going to give you the summary, and then I'm going to go in depth with it. So, Joey has a Discord server that I like to be in, right? And from time to time, I joke around and, mess with it. But the last 3 times I've been banned from his servers is from petty shit and stuff that really wouldn't happen. But I'm not mad about that or disturbed by that. I'm disturbed about his his needing attention of I said that wrong. His needing for attention, because he's been desperately trying to get attention through his depression act, and I'm gonna get more into this, so don't get any ideas before I start. Just watch the whole video. If you get offended by this first part, just watch it all, okay? So let's get into it. So the way we're gonna do this, I have multiple screenshots of proving my point, and we're just gonna go through order of them, talking about them. So here's the first screenshot. So this screenshot states from Joey, which is JD. It feels like everything is going wrong. Every good thing is suddenly falling down like a building. And one of his friends says, "Why is that?" So he just said everything. So most people that have depression, they like to, well, I'm not no therapist or anything, but on Discord servers, you find a bunch of people like this, venting, which, I'm not complaining about it. Like, if you go and vent, like, in a public Discord server, sure. But, he's talking about everything falling down. And then one of his supporting friends says, "Why is that?" And then he said just everything. That's not too much detail put into it. That's like if I, ask you, what did you make for dinner? And you said a bunch of stuff. No one is going to think that you made that by yourself. So that is just another one of my point for him needing attention. Alright, let's go to the next screenshot, number 2. Now, this is not going to be very long talking about this screenshot. So the reason why I'm calling him being an attention whore is because about like every other month, he takes a break. Which that basically means someone said something to him in real life that's like, here, I'll give you an example. You're a crybaby, so he takes like a 3-month break. Or he just takes a 2-week break. And recently, before he came back, before he made the server, he took like I'm going to say like a 2-month break that he said he was going to take a whole year. So the reason why I think he's doing this is the people to tell him, "Oh no, please don't take a break. Please don't. We want you." For him needing attention. And I'm not saying that's very bad. I'm saying don't put it on me. And I told him, "Please let me back in the server or I'm going to do this." So this is what I'm going to do. This is what he does. He takes breaks and then wants people to tell him, "No, take a break." Like that one friend in the group that says, "Oh my God, look at me, I'm so ugly," after taking a picture. No one thinks that. She just says that so other people compliment her. "Oh no, you're fine. You're beautiful just the way you are." That's what he wants to do about him leaving. Alright, next screenshot. So this one's a little bit more deep. And I'll read it. "I hate my life. I hate being in my life. I hate waking up every day and being dreadful. I hate creating things that I end up hating right after. I hate talking to people who don't like me for me. I hate being me. So we're going to break this down. I hate my life. I hate living the life. I hate waking up every day and being dreadful. So if someone that I didn't know said this in a server, I'd be comforting them. But since Joey does this many times before, I'm calling his bluff. I think he's definitely faking depression for attention, which is not okay at all. That's comparing people faking tics, right? So that's what when you see people faking tics, you either think they're trying to make fun of people tics or they want the attention, right? So him saying all this sad stuff is just for him to do it, right? And he's saying this in his server with a whole bunch of friends where everyone can see it and respond. Which he wants people to respond to try and, talk to him and get their attention because that's what he wants. At the end of the day, all he wants is the people to notice him and have attention. He is an attention whore. This screenshot states, "It seems like every good thing I've ever had is disappearing and all the bad things I have are getting worse. This past week has been extremely painful, hence why I haven't been online." So I'm not going to act like I know what's going on in his personal life. I'm sure it's not roses and sunshine. But he is not a type of person to actually be this sad. I don't know how to explain it, but he is only like 12, 13, even though he says he's 15 in 8th grade. I'll get into that later. So he's stating that everything is getting worse. Everybody's asking him, what's getting worse? What's getting worse? And everybody just ignores him. As I said in the last, I think, clip number 2, when his friend chimed in, he just said just everything. So he's putting in the sad, but leaving out the details. Meaning, he either doesn't want to share, which why would he not want to share if he has it in a server? And I think in another screenshot in his thing is he says he's willing to vent, which means he's willing to share, but he won't share the details. So what I'm thinking is, I said this so many times, but he's wanting attention, which faking depression for attention is not okay. And at some point, either a rumor or he said something about suicidal. So we'll get into that later when that screenshot pops up. But this is also proved my point that he wants it, because he's not sharing any details, even though he says he's willing to vent. So that crosses out him not willing to share, because he said he is. So the other thing is he's bluffing. What else would he not want to do it? He's ignoring them of why they're asking why, what's wrong. He just gives a very vague answer, like just everything, or it's been bad this past week. So yeah, next clip. So in this very screenshot, he's admitting that he's going to be losing friends on the way he is acting. But why does he still do it? This is a very confusing screenshot that I personally have not read until my inside man has lent it over to me for this video. I can't really analyze this because there's only 2 messages there. And all this happened before. The person in there, Wonky, they were going through argument talking about how he tried and claimed that he was gonna self-harm himself before. This has already happened, and I'm just fed up with it because he banned me from the server, and said I was making fun of him for being suicidal. So I'm just bringing up the evidence that it isn't. So next screenshot. This is the one, one of the more deep screenshots. So let's read it. It states, "To me, it seems like I've been more of an boom lately. I'm gonna be honest, I've attempted suicide like 4 times this past week, each attempt less successful than the last. And each time I always feel like a afterwards. I know people will be sad, and suicide probably will be selfish on my end, but I seriously cannot take it anymore. So now I'm stuck. Don't want me to self-harm, but I also don't like living this life." So this screenshot is very deep. And these are some really, at this point I'm really hoping he's not lying about this, because this is really messed up if he is. So I'm thinking there's like half truth in here. In this whole situation, I'm thinking he's making a mountain out of a molehill here. There is probably something in his life that is upsetting him and that is sad to, any 12, 13-year-old. So what I've came to a conclusion is that he's over-exaggerating and is doing it for attention. I mean, I don't want to come off as like this isn't serious, because this is serious about this paragraph that he said. Because, self-harm, no one should do it. I don't think anybody in the world deserves it, except for maybe Hitler. And I think after this screenshot, he claims that he wasn't suicidal, but we'll see about that later. I'm honestly a loss for words here, because it is very hard to do something like this and type it in the channel with public and not give any information about what's making him so depressed. So he's talking about self-harm, which no one should do, but he, yet again, no information. No one asked what he tried in one after the next. Top of my head, I can only think about like 3 that he could do. Number 1, pew pew. Number 2, hangman. And number 3, maybe driving bridge. I'm just saying it like that since I don't want this video to get flagged down. Anyways. Which the last one is very not... Oh yeah, and for ibuprofen. So the last 2 are very hard to believe that he did that. And the other ones are very hard for anyone to do. So, number 1, pew pew. Let's say his family even has one. And 2, he's 12, 13. And how would he know how to operate that? And the second one, I think it was hangman. Unless you watch a YouTube video on how to tie it will most likely not work, right? Like, I'm saying, like, he wouldn't know how unless he watched a YouTube video, which I don't know if there is YouTube videos. Number 3, driving bridge. That's if his family let him go out to the nearest bridge, and if that doesn't make any sense if he attempted it, or I guess he just standed there. And ibuprofen, that's if his parents had any open sources to medications that could harm him, which I guess you could harm yourself with like a whole bottle of Benadryl or something. So that already doesn't make sense. And I know it's a touchy subject to ask him what were those 4 things. That's why no one asked him, but I analyzed it just for you right now. And yet again, no one has been answered about what's making him so sad. And he's willing to vent. And it just doesn't add up. Next screenshot. Ignore the fan. The fish flew out the thing yesterday because I ate a burger. And it was gay for the rest of my life. What would I do? So, ignore the fan. Anyways, this is what I was talking about, the screenshot. This screenshot states, I literally said, I don't want to kill myself, but thanks. I think it was the last screenshot that he literally just said that he tried 4 times. And I talked about that. So, what does he mean by that? That he doesn't want to do it anymore, or that he never did it? Because both of them, one of them, fake. Because we just saw the screenshot of him talking about it. So, let's just move on to the next clip. This screenshot has a lot of dialogue, so let me just read it all in a quick manner. It states, Joey saying, I think I'm at least the lowest I've ever been currently. I say that a lot, but I'm not bluffing this time. Dan Dog, I have no clue who he is, but I'll just read it. Damn, man, I get you. Felt this way the day 3 years of my hard work got burned down in just 24 hours. But what I learned was you gotta keep on going. You can't just let people beat you up. Joey saying, that's what I've been hearing all the time. Dude, I keep going, as they say, but it gets worse as the time goes on, and I'm tired of sitting and suffering. At the end of the day, though, it's all I can really do. Let's just a moment of silence, but my fan is gonna keep on blowing, so yeah. Alright, so I think everybody's on board with me now, because this is typical emo stuff. This is like the selling point of my thing, because usually people don't say, people keep telling me it's gonna get better, but I don't see no light at the end of the tunnel. For attention, obviously. This is nothing but for attention. I'm sure there is some truth in there, and I'm sure he's making it, no, I'm not sure, I know he's making it 1,000 times worse than it really is. For attention. Like I said, for the 15th millionth time. And this has just got to stop. And I called his bluff on it, and I didn't say so much nice things about it. But, I didn't like the fact that he was doing it. So I had to tell him what, that he was an attention whore, and that's it. So, yeah. I think there's like one more clip left, 1 or 2. So, yeah. So, I'm going to be displaying 2 screenshots, because this first one is just him keep on talking about what the last one was. But a little bit more corny, and I don't even want to touch bases on it. But the summary is, that's how long I've stuck with the keep on going mindset, talking about it's been 3 years of this. But, obviously, no one believes it. So, to give you, on this next screenshot coming up, more background of the things he said to me. I told him to shut the frick up, bro, and you're doing this for attention. And he banned me and blocked me from the server and blocked me through Discord DMs so I could defend myself, on what was happening. So this is me defending myself and bringing this up. And Dan Dog don't even know who I am, but I got no beef against him because I'm sure he doesn't know what Joey has done or is doing currently. And I don't want the video to be like me bullying him and trying to make him sad or anything. I just want it to stop. And Barry B. Benson too is gonna be wrapping up this video. So yeah, just before I end here, before Sebastian's part, I don't want this video to harm him in any way. And if I'm wrong, I am truly sorry. But I got so much evidence that it is wrong. And that's what I believe. So yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? Barry B. Benson 2 here, hopping on this video with deadlymouse. Now, deadlymouse, this is an episode content killer, and I felt like it was only fair if, instead of talking about all the stuff deadlymouse talked about in the first part, I'll be talking about some of ScuttleBros' YouTube content. Also, because I don't want to talk about that stuff. So, anyways, we're just going to talk about a couple of his videos. He has tons of channels, so we have a couple channels to go through. So, we're going to try and, like, speed run this shit because I know deadlymouse really hates making segments of videos quality in length. Anyways, let's get this started. This first channel that we're going to talk about just called ScuttleBros. I decided to watch his The Ravioli SMP video. So, yeah. The video was okay, I guess. Not really, though. They make absolutely no progress in the game at all. Which is pretty fucking boring. All they do is just talk the whole time. Also, there's this just fucking epic statement.
Stop breastfeeding me. I eat cheese.
Also, his ass house distracts me the whole video. It's such shit. Like, even I could make a better Minecraft house. They don't kill the wandering trader, which is just cringe. And at the end of the video, Joey dies and they have keep inventory on. What the fuck?
What? Put a real picture of him. All right. Now.
So moving on to his next channel. I'm too lazy to say the name. deadlymouse, put it on the screen. Who am I kidding? Your lazy ass ain't gonna do that. Anyways, there's only 2 videos on here, and since the one is a YouTube short, we're gonna talk about Patrick versus SpongeBob, epic rap battles of Coca-Cola. I was originally gonna talk about the Yoshi contest, but he took all the other videos down. RIP. This video I have a bit of a bias to. If you couldn't tell, it's actually really good, and I recommend you watch it. But we're just gonna move on now because this channel has like no substance because there's no videos on it. The last channel we're gonna talk about in this video is Joey and his Minecraft plush bee, or I think that's what it's called. It's probably not called that. I know he has a few other channels, but I'm not talking about Joey Ravioli. We're not talking about Mario Sings or his fucking nostalgia playlist. So this is gonna be the last one. Anyways, this channel only houses 2 videos on it, and I think it's pretty obvious which one we're talking about. Yeah, we're talking about the one about me. Barry B. Benson 2 versus TGS9. The unofficial one. Yeah, this video, it's pretty fire. Now, putting all bias aside, this video is actually kind of shit. It's very, very poorly made, but that's kind of part of the point. He didn't put any subtitles, which is pretty annoying. And he uses references from lines in my videos that Deadly Mouse says. Why wouldn't he reference lines that I say? What is he, stupid? Yeah. That was my part of the video. Overall, what do I think of Joey's videos? To be honest, they are not funny in Canada. They are not funny in Antarctica. And they are not funny in Ireland. They are not funny in any of those states or countries. My bad. They are not funny. They are so unfunny. Yeah, bye. Penis. Deadly Mouse, put the flying gentleman on the screen. Put him up. And I swear to God, if this is the part where the video